Welcome to the Grand Council of Guardians 45th year anniversary, a celebration of excellence in law enforcement and community relations. My name is Ralph E. Smith, publisher of the Guardian Chronicle. Charles Billups has provided outstanding leadership to the Grand Council of Guardians for the past 22 years. We take a look back at that journey.
My name is Arnold, retired correction officer after 35 years. And Inham, I remember going up to the Bronx, and I wasn't allowed to work inside, but Inham came outside and said, you can come in for a little while. And I came in because I came from a jail called Raymond Street. And because what was the word I could use? I wasn't a pleased officer, I guess that's what I could say. Because every jail that I worked in, eventually they would throw me out because they would say I was trying to take control. So I did the best I can. Inham was a very good supervisor. Anything else you want to know? I love you. And now also, I'm a black book collector. I have one of the largest books collection. I'm trying to become another Schomburg.
How can people reach you, our Guardian Correction historian, for more information?
Oh, you can reach me at my home. I'm not in the 21st century. In other words, I'm not on Facebook. But you can come to my house or call my number, 718-647-5126, and I will let you come and see my library.
Great. Tell us that number one more time, sir.
718-647-5126.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, peace and love.
Welcome to the village of the world, Harlem, New York City, for the installation celebration of the Grand Council of Guardians, February 7, 1997. 22 years ago, in this room, in Sylvia's, covering this important installation event for a major law enforcement organization, do you know there was only 2 news sources, reporters in the room? One was the outstanding Amsterdam News. That's right, the Amsterdam News was in the room covering this important event, highlighting African American law enforcement. And of course, number 2, second to none, was the Guardian Chronicle. The Guardian Chronicle, in your neighborhood, in your community, and now, 2019, around the world. GuardianChronicle.com. Building bridges to community, youth, and you. Giving you a voice that reaches across the world. The New York City Police Department responds in minutes to assist New York City correction officer to make an arrest. One of New York City's boldest goes beyond the call of duty and saves the life of a young woman. According to correction officer Wanda D. Peters, shield number 8706, I was driving behind a car heading eastbound on 14th Street when I noticed 2 white males driving in a car. I noticed a white female in the back who was fighting with the male passenger. All of a sudden, the male threw a punch, which apparently knocked the female out. The female did not get up from the back seat. I drove past the car, pulled up ahead of the car to observe. Both males got out of the car. The male who was fighting with the female attempted to drag the female out of the car. She looked like she lost consciousness. At that point, I got out of my car and identified myself as a peace officer by displaying my shield and ordered the male to step away from the car. Once he complied, I went to the back of the car to see the female. I shook her and asked her if she was okay. She stated that she has an order of protection against the male and fears for her life. I asked my nephew to call 911. He telephoned a 1013 and returned to the scene with 2 security guards. I detained the males until the NYPD arrived minutes later. As a result of the outstanding, bold, brave conduct of Correction Officer Wanda D. Peters, the males were placed in the custody of the NYPD at approximately 0100 hours, 1 a.m. Correction Officer Wanda D. Peters is a shining example of pride and joy of the New York City Department of Correction and the New York City Correction Guardians Association, the Grand Council of Guardians. Grand Council Guardian members are in your neighborhood, in the community, supporting the community and each other, and fighting injustice wherever it is found. Grand Council of Guardian members are bold and speak truth to power. The New York City Correction Guardians Association took the fight to the front door of corrections at 60 Hudson Street in Manhattan, and the microphones of WBLS and WLIB were there to listen to President Ali Al-Rahman and Charles Billup speak truth to power. Guardian members marching in the community of New York City, connecting with government leaders, politicians, community leaders to provide quality service by marching. Grand Council of Guardian members also show support for our political leaders. Many times, real power that you need to make things happen doesn't always happen from inside your organization. Many times it happens outside, from letting your voice be heard and your presence seen.
25th Street, Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard with the African American Day Parade. This is GuardianChronicle.com. What's happening, correction? What's going on, correction?
What's up, buddy?
Yeah! Good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
All right.
I ain't get that picture of my last year.
Go on the website. Go to the newspaper, GuardianChronicle.com, brother. Yeah. What's going on, brother? How's everything? That's the New York City Department of Correction going down there. Yeah. I got you. That's the COBA over there. Yeah, doing that thing. I got you. What's going on, Captain? Yeah. What's going on? How you doing, brother? We're here with Mr. Capers, the president of the Correction Guardians Association. What's happening, brother? How you feel to be out here?
September 18th. Don't forget the date. African American Day.
Sounds good. New York's boldest. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. New York's boldest coming down the street. Make way. Hoorah! The FDNY Explorers. Falani is on Eastern Parkway. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Dr. Falani is always in the community.
Grand Council of Guardians march in these parades to connect with our political leaders, to connect with the community.
It's the NYPD band getting loose on Eastern Parkway. That's why the NYPD, they're known as the finest.
by any means necessary, I will be at the Million Man March. That was the heart of a million men plus on October 16, 1995, especially when 10 fully loaded buses left Rikers Island heading towards Washington, D.C. My seat was taken on one of those buses, so myself and brother Captain Arthur and I carpooled in our car and drove down to the Million Man March. On October 16, 1995, this historic event took place. According to Ali Ar-Rahman, who addressed the Prince Hall Lodge and Eureka Grand chapter in Rye, New York, featured in our special February 1997 Guardian Chronicle, this march brought black men from all walks of life to Washington, D.C. for the purpose of bringing back positive change to the black community. The Guardian Chronicle celebrates the Grand Council of Guardians and Charles Billups for providing leadership and vision for 22 years. Without vision, the people perish. Many thanks to the outstanding vision and leadership of Charles Billups, President of the Grand Council of Guardians. Monthly meetings is a time to honor our membership, to honor the kings and queens. That special tradition of honoring our members, the members of the Grand Council of Guardians, who do an outstanding job in their association, organization, community. Warriors come in many cultural backgrounds, and we celebrate the culture of members in the Grand Council of Guardians, and we celebrate our kings and queens. Guardians are deeply rooted in the community. Stop the Violence March by James E. Davis. Within the walls of Rikers Island and jails around the city, you can hear the words, "Stop the violence, love yourself, be yourself, or be by yourself." NYPD officer James E. Davis reached out to stars like Evander Holyfield to stop the violence. New York City Correction Guardian presidents and New York City Correction Guardian members are on the front line helping to save our youth by going into the schools, teaching and reaching. Part 1 of our Go to Yale, Not Jail program is to go into the classrooms, and then we take the students on a trip that we hope they never have to take as an inmate. We take them on a trip to Rikers Island and to various different jails to see what it's like to have your freedom taken away from you because you made a bad choice, a bad decision. Help run the youth program at the Otis Bantam Correctional Center. He was one of at least 100 officers at the Otis Bantam Correctional Center who cared about the condition and the education of our youth. Retired officers Michael Thomas and Coakley are standing side by side next to a young man, teaching him not to come in to Rikers Island or any jail as an inmate. Correction Guardian members understand about the prison industrial system, and we don't want our youth to come in and keep that system going. We want our youth, if they have to come to Rikers Island, to come in as officers, captains, wardens, commissioners. We want them to stand up and be somebody. You can be the next Louis Rice Jr., Special Agent in charge of Drug Enforcement Administration for the U.S. Department of Justice. A guardian for life cares about family, community, and youth. Show our youth that they can become the next you, the next president of an organization, or a city manager, or even a football star. Teach our youth that if they can believe it, they can conceive it and achieve it. Don't let nobody say you can't make it. You gotta believe. The world is a rough place. Guardians teach youth to believe in yourself. Thank you, officer. I can't wait to be you. This experience has showed me what being a law enforcement officer is like. I could be an officer, or I could be the next police commissioner. Floyd Mayweather Jr., world champion boxer, puts a knockout smile on Shaquan Smith. And in the words of the world champion boxer, you can be anything with hard work. And Council of Guardians show youth and communities you can achieve what your mind can conceive if you believe in yourself. Remember the code of P for life. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. always remember to pray every day.